The race for the White House is over, with Donald Trump making an amazing comeback, even as the final count is still underway. At the time of recording, Trump leads with a projected 285 electoral votes, outpacing Democratic candidate Kamala Harris, who holds 228 electoral votes. With 270 electoral votes needed to secure the presidency, Donald Trump has clinched the win. Even more striking, he currently leads the popular vote by a margin of 5 million, a significant turnaround, given that he previously lost the popular vote in both 2016 and 2020. So what does this all mean? How did Trump secure this victory? And as this is a European channel, the big question for us is, what does this mean for Europe? Let's quickly break down how it works, as it's a little bit different from what you might be used to in most European elections. In many EU countries, the winner is typically decided by the popular vote. Take for example the French presidential election in 2020. Macron won because he received the most votes. But the US uses something called the Electoral College. Here's how it works. Each state has a set number of electoral votes based on its population size. When a candidate wins the popular vote in a state, they win all of the state's electoral votes. For example, in California yesterday, Kamala won 58% of the popular vote, and with 57% of the ballots counted, she won the state. And since California has 54 electoral votes, all of those will go to Kamala Harris. Now, to become president, a candidate needs to reach at least 270 of these electoral votes. So, what actually went down during election night? Alongside California, Harris won a series of other reliable Democratic states, bringing her to a projected 228 electoral votes. This was expected, as these states have long leaned Democratic. Meanwhile, Trump claimed a strong roster of traditional Republican states, pushing his total to 224 electoral votes. The real turning point came in the early morning hours, when Trump secured North Carolina and Georgia, two key swing states that had been fiercely contested. These wins dealt a major blow to Harris's plan to victory, putting Trump within striking distance of the presidency. That left 5 critical battleground states still up for grabs: Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. With both candidates needing these states to win, all eyes were on Pennsylvania. But when Pennsylvania and Wisconsin were called for Trump just a few hours later, the race was effectively over, sealing Trump's victory and ending Harris's campaign. Incredibly, Trump will return to the White House and become the 47th president of the United States. With that being said, what does this Trump victory mean for Europe? Let's take a quick look at foreign policies, starting with NATO.
We're paying for far too much. NATO is helping Europe more than it's helping us.
Trump has previously threatened to leave NATO, and while he may not withdraw entirely, he could still weaken the alliance from within. This could mean withdrawing US troops from Europe, or adopting a two-tier system where only countries meeting the 2% defense spending guideline receive full support. Either way, Europeans will need to brace for changes, as US leaders appear increasingly inclined to shift their focus toward China as their main strategic priority.
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal.
On Ukraine, Trump is likely to cut financial support and push for a deal, though his conditions could be unfavorable and ultimately unacceptable for Ukraine.
To me, the most beautiful word, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, in the dictionary today, and is the word tariff. It's more beautiful than love.
Trump has proposed a broad 10 to 20% tariff on goods from all countries, which would hit Europe hard, as the US is the EU's largest trading partner. Currently, the EU exports about 150 billion euros more in goods to the United States than that it imports. Then there's democracy.
We did great in 2016. A lot of people don't know. We did much better in 2020. We won. We did win. It was a rigged election.
Trump's language around elections, his claims of fraud, and even talk of dictatorship weaken the foundations of democracy, not only in the US, but globally. This influence has been felt in Europe, where the European Parliament now includes 109 seats held by far-right populists and nationalists. Additionally, 6 European countries now have nationalist parties in government, with illiberal tendencies such as media control, an alarming shift compared to a decade ago, before Trump's first term. At EU Made Simple, we hope this is a real eye-opener for Europe. We need to reduce our reliance on the US. Do we really want Europe's future in the hands of a few thousand voters in American swing states? By the next US election, hopefully we'll be in a position where the results in America don't determine our future. It's time to take it into our own hands. We have also made a very detailed analysis of what a Trump presidency would mean for Europe here, with 6 key impacts, so make sure you check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe. Also, a massive shout out to our Patreon community, especially our presidents HAVD, BJ, Peter, Kristin, Jan, and Sjoukje. And if anyone else wants to support us, please sign up to Patreon. Link is in the description below. Until next time.